What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here bringing you some more Series 10 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Yesterday we did finish using the Zekrom team. If you haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend you do. It has some really cool strategies with Zekrom and that team that you're really not going to see, I think, in most other places. But we are continuing to work through my 5 rental teams video, and today we are using the Dialga team. So this is a pretty offensive Dialga, right? You are almost max special attack with just the idea of trying to get as much damage as possible. You will be able to deal with a lot of big threats in the meta, like Calyrex as well as Kyogre pretty comfortably, which is a fairly nice position to be in. You also can, depending on the situation, deal with Xerneas pretty effectively. Next up, we do have Ditto. Ditto just transforms into things, can be a nice offensive or defensive option. I chose to go with Focus Sash, just like I said. In the event we need to copy something defensive like an Incineroar, I don't necessarily want to be trapped into one thing if I want to go for a fake out and then something else, or just like have that flexibility. Moving along, we do have Thundurus. Thundurus just really is there to help deal with a lot of special threats in the meta. It can deal with Kyogre, obviously. It can deal with Xerneas with Priority Eerie Impulse, as well as things like Calyrex, and being able to obviously fire off Scary Face before things are able to hit you, always really great. Next up, we do have Assault Vest Entei. Similarly, just to kind of deal with a lot of the big four, is a really good answer for things like Zacian, also as well as Incineroar, and just like giving us really strong support. That is going to be paired with this Whimsicott. Whimsicott sets up Tailwind, can really help with that speed control. It also does have Encore to scare away things like Xerneas and really just like give us some speed to help set up and be really fast. And finally, wrapping up, we do have a quite an interesting pick in my opinion. It is Quagsire. Quagsire is not something you see every day, but due to its unaware ability, I think it does have a pretty favorable matchup into a lot of this meta, right? Where you have things like Calyrex that want to set up with Astro Barrages and like use the as one ability. You have obviously Zacian automatically getting a +1, and you do have Xerneas going for Moonblast. I mean, not Moonblast, Geomancy. So just having a way to kind of ignore all of those boosts and potentially get off some big damage with things like Scald or counter when you're facing Zacian, and then having the recover just for that durability. So we do have the code on the screen, and with that, let's just get rocking and rolling and move into the first game. All right, first battle of the day, and it is going to be Yveltal. So this is a pretty interesting team, right? It is Yveltal with Regieleki, Incineroar, an Entei of their own, Rillaboom, and Registeel. So what? Thundurus is very big. Thundurus obviously is going to be very helpful for dealing with Yveltal. It obviously has super effective moves. Is it really that helpful? I don't know. Dialga I think is big. I like Entei. Wimmy is tempting for speed control, right? We could do Whimsicott next to Entei in order to deal with Regieleki, which I don't really see my opponent bringing. Dialga is nice to have, so is Ditto, but I don't know if I want to give up Thundurus. I think we can leave Quagsire. I mean, Quagsire is also tempting. It deals with Regieleki, it deals with Incineroar, it deals with Entei. I'm going to make a potentially risky call and do this. We are giving up immediate speed control with Tailwind, but at the same time, I think Thundurus potentially offers a little bit more. We do have to be very careful of the Dialga War. I mean, not the Dialga War, the Entei War of do they have Stone Edge versus we having Stone Edge, because we aren't the most offensive. We are pretty specially bulky, as we do see Entei come out from them as well as a Regieleki. So what we do is we could just lower their speed. I'm gonna double up. I could do that. I don't think they're going to be able to KO me with a Stone Edge. So I think the ability just to double target that is fine. We will see a Volt Switch. I think that that's also fine. We do have Citrus Berry, and it didn't do too much. But it does make sense, right? Like, this is your big threat. We are going to potentially either see a Yveltal, which I don't think you can comfortably bring in, or your last. As my opponent, okay, is just going to go straight for that Yveltal. I'm hoping if we can get rid of Entei, they will unfortunately hit a Stone Edge onto our Thundurus and get rid of it. The big question is, can we get rid of their Entei in return, and they avoid the attack? But you know what? Let's bring our Ditto. Let's just bring out our good friend Ditto here, because now there are two Dark Aura boosts, so we can potentially Snarl. We did see that their Entei is faster, so either they're Scarfed or this is a speed tie. I'm gonna go for another Stone Edge here, as I'm guessing it's Scarfed. No, it could be. Yeah, it looks like it's Scarfed. They will hit into us again, which is a little frustrating. We luckily at least get to hit back. Cute, we get a crit, and we will see an Oblivion Wing, I'm guessing into our Ditto. So we will lose Ditto. And this is potentially an okay position, right? If you are Scarfed, if you're Scarfed, this is really good. Is it really good? It's really good, yeah, because you're in extreme speed range. So we have this, and we have a nope. We have a Flash Cannon onto Yveltal. It looks like it's an Assault Vest set. So, yep, we will see the Entei withdraw, as we will see Rillaboom come out. God, imagine if I had gone for a Sacred Fire into that slot. This is okay for us. We do, like I said, threaten a really big hit onto them with Extreme Speed, just a little bit of chip, but we do have Sacred Fire. We will see the Oblivion Wing come out into Entei, doing an okay chunk, especially given the fact that we do have the Assault Vest, just some extra. That is not a lot of damage. I don't want to quite go for a Draco Meteor yet. I'm fine to Sacred Fire into the slot. Anything you switch in is not going to take it well. And let's just keep putting on offensive pressure onto this Yveltal. I think, given how much we are recovering, we should be fine. Obviously, there is the fear of just getting hit with a Fake Out into Dialga, but I feel like you're not really going for that, right? You can't just afford to leave out Rillaboom, and you kind of have to choose, or you do. You're going to try and chip away at this Entei really as much as you can, as we do connect Sacred Fire. Sacred Fire does pick up a knockout onto this Rillaboom, and I think, let's see how much they recover. Oh, okay, so Dark Pulse comes out into Entei. We do manage to hold on to the point where I think, because they didn't go for that, we can go for, what is it called? We can just go for a Draco Meteor into their Yveltal. Regieleki will come out. We are faster than Yveltal too. Oh, we know you're Assault Vest. Let's try and take out let's try and take out this Yveltal. Then we do have to still deal with their Entei, but Entei is super low, and Aleki should not be doing that much damage into this Dialga. Is reeled low. Where's that going? Yep, onto Entei, and I'm guessing you are going to Dark Pulse with your Yveltal here. Yep, we will see the Dark Pulse come out. Dialga not taking that nearly as well as I would have liked. What? Entei, we do have some special defense. I'm thinking we protect this subsequent turn, just because of the fact that we do have to worry about Entei, I'm guessing, is going to lock itself into Sacred Fire. So let's protect and kind of go from there. I don't know if we will. Yeah, this is hard. This is really tricky, especially because we missed that Stone Edge turn 1. We're in such a bad position as Thunderbolt will come out, probably a Sacred Fire. Okay, so Stomping Tantrum can miss. So not the end of the world, but I'm assuming if they hit it, we go down. But I mean, yeah, we gotta Earth Power into Entei. Hope that we survive this double up. Thunderbolt will do 114. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to take that. And yeah, they do hit the Stomping Tantrum, unfortunately. So we will go down. Like I said, really, really unfortunate that we missed. We missed onto them turn 1, because that really would have made it so the Entei was gone, and then we would have just been able to wrap things up with Dialga. Would have loved to see their team just to confirm if they were Scarf, but I feel like it was a pretty safe bet. But yeah, a fairly good first game, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. Alright, game number 2, and it is a Zacian team. So it is Milotic, Serena, Chandelure with Rillaboom, Bisharp, and what is it called? And Zacian. So this is a team that really, really does not like Incineroar. But at the same time, it also really doesn't like Entei. And by doesn't like, it doesn't have a good answer to Entei, right? Entei Whimsicott feels so safe here because you don't really have a good counterplay to that, especially if we bring Thundurus with Dialga in the back. There is the argument for Quagsire, strictly for Zacian, but because of the double grass, I think it's going to be hard to justify it. And I feel like, yeah, I think this makes the most sense. Do I care? Do I want Ditto? Ditto means I get a guaranteed Zacian, potentially. For Thundurus, which is really just there for Milotic. So let's bring Ditto. I think if we can get a Zacian, like, that's always going to be great. We do just immediately pressure with this Entei, and you only really have one good answer for it, which is Milotic, but this is also tricky. This will be tricky depending on like where things are and what the lead is. I feel like you kind of have to lead with Milotic, right? It just like that's really your only option. Let's see what's gonna come out. I'm guessing Milotic's out. Okay, Rillaboom Serena. This is really interesting. So they brought Double Grass. I'm really glad I didn't bring Quagsire. I mean, we have a free Sacred Fire. The big question is, where do I think makes more sense? I would like to Sacred Fire into Serena and go for a Protect on Whimsicott, just in the event that you try to fake out. Like I don't need to take unnecessary damage. But yeah, I mean, Entei is it should be a pretty clean hit onto something. And then what is Dialga's Earth Power calc into Zacian? Do I know? Okay, so no switches, and I'm guessing there has to be a U-turn. We will see the fake out go into Whimsicott as Sacred Fire does hit onto Serena. A little unfortunate that it does live, but they will double up into Whimsicott, which is great for us, because now what we can do is we can Sacred Fire into Rillaboom and Moonblast into Serena, just with the idea that this should pick up the knockout onto Serena. Rillaboom will hopefully take a significant chunk. Perfect. Serena is going to protect here. Entei... What? Entei versus... I don't have a Rillaboom calc. I kind of just assumed Entei would KO everything, and learning that it isn't is unfortunate. Ugh. Double... Okay, so we missed 2 chances of getting a burn, which is really, really awkward. But at the same time, they did miss a high horsepower, so it kind of does even itself out. I would like to go for this again, as well as a Moonblast onto Serena. Just because I don't know which one of these is carrying the Assault Vest. Yeah, God, I really thought Entei could do more damage, as we do see the Rillaboom revealing Protect, which is not something you see every day. So that is really cool tech. So that confirms that Serena is going to be the Assault Vest user, as it will go down. We now are in a really safe position to target into Rillaboom as needed, and then we can also set up for dealing with this Zacian. Sacred Sword is a 2-hit KO, so we are good on that regard. We will see Bisharp come out. Like, this team just is very, very ill-equipped for Entei. We can Sacred Fire here and go for a Moonblast onto Rillaboom, and yeah, then it's gonna just be Zacian, and in worst case, like, we will see the switch out into Zacian. I think that's fine. Bisharp could have a Focus Sash, so Bisharp having a Focus Sash could actually make things really tricky, because what that'll do is that'll let you get rid of my Whimsicott if you hit into it, and we do get revenge for the Stomping Tantrum miss. Bisharp will set up a Swords Dance, but it probably is Sucker Punch. This is a potential double up into Entei. I have Ditto in the back. I would like to still Sacred Fire into Bisharp, and I'm gonna. Oh, I can't. I was like, I can go for an Encore. No, I can't, because Bisharp is Dark Steel. Let's just go for the Tailwind now. I think that's going to be pretty relevant, especially if we bring out Ditto in this endgame, as Sucker Punch, will come out into Entei. Entei manages to hold on. We will hit this Sacred Fire, which is great for us. We do see Focus Sash on Bisharp, as expected. We have gotten 0 burns, which is amazing. We love that. I think though that we should have higher priority with the with Extreme Speed than Sucker Punch. I do forget that interaction, but we do also have a Zacian in the back, so we can bring that out. I think Extreme Speed from this range should hopefully KO Bisharp, but we can do this. We do have a, like I said, a +2 Zacian where we're not locked into anything, and that'll really help us. Worst case, we can bring out Dialga. Dialga does have Earth Power to deal with just a lot of different stuff here, and I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Extreme Speed. Let's just try to Extreme Speed into Bisharp, and wow, this is a very offensive Zacian. We can just hit Sacred Sword. I mean, not Sacred Sword, Behemoth Blade. We will guarantee a KO at +2 onto, I think, pretty much any variant of Zacian, right? I can't really think of one. Yeah, because mine is super defensive, and even then I survive at a +1, but I can't survive at +2. So, great. Extreme Speed does have higher priority, so that'll let us KO Bisharp, and then this Behemoth Blade should be able to get rid of their Zacian. Oh, the animation for Ditto. Love that. And now, it's gonna be Rillaboom versus a +2 Zacian, an Entei, which it can't really deal with, and a Dialga in the back. And it's so low that we pretty much are gonna have a wrap with this one. So, I mean, it is what it is. My opponent just happened to have no Entei answer, and we really were able to put in a lot of work with that. So we can just do that and then go for a Behemoth Blade here. So good battle. It's fun to use other stuff. Bummed that we didn't get to use Dialga, but I mean, at the same time, like, we did get to use Entei, and Entei, I think, is just such a very relevant Pokemon right now. But no, we don't get to see the team. But let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, battle number 3, and it is a Kyogre team. It is Kyogre Serena with Instant, Rillaboom, Regieleki, and Whimsicott. So, this is nice because we at least are not going to bring Entei this time. Thundurus is obviously very great here. We do have to be a little bit weary of their Whimsicott, because their Whimsicott could carry Encore. And so if we protect in the face of like Kyogre, that's not necessarily a position we want to be in. But I think Dialga Thundurus, or Dialga Whimsicott? Let's do Dialga Whimsicott with Thundurus and Ditto in the back. Right, Quagsire, yeah, Quagsire because of Double Grass is very hard. What is actually my Quagsire calc into Kyogre? Do I have that? I don't have the Kyogre calc, so I don't really want to chance it. I know that Dialga can beat the standard variant of Kyogre with Draco Meteor, so we do have that. We do obviously have to worry about Fake Out Boys, but if you're leading the Fake Out Boys with Whimsicott, you're not putting on that much pressure, and it's just like, I feel fine, honestly, to just go for a double up if it's like Instant. If it's Instant Rillaboom, I have no reason not to just attack. So let's kind of see. This will be a little bit tricky, but okay. So we are going to see Wimmy Kyogre. So I'm just going to go straight for Draco into their Kyogre and set up a Tailwind. Because that way, even if you Encore, it's not a big deal. We do have Mental Herb in the event that you want to go for a Taunt. So we can go for a Draco Meteor here, as well as a Tailwind. Just because I don't want to chance it. Even if you're Scarfed, it doesn't matter. Taunt doesn't matter because we have Mental Herb. So this should set us up in a good position for Dialga. And like I said, if we hit both Draco Meteors, if this is a 0 bulk Kyogre, we should be fine. We are going to see just the immediate swap into Serena. So hopefully Serena is going to be eating a giant Draco Meteor, as this Whimsicott is just going straight for a Moonblast. Interesting choice there. I think it makes sense. You do want to stagger your Tailwind. Serena just going to eat the dust. I don't think that critical hit mattered. The awkward part now is we are at -2. And so figuring out how to deal with that is going to be hard. That's cool. You know, that's also fine. That's fine. Yeah, we have Thundurus. So Thundurus, we can just go for Eerie Impulse. They don't have access to their Serena anymore. So I would like very much just to... I'm still going to go for a Draco Meteor. It's going to do like 40%. And we can do that. So they'll reverse their Trick Room. Kyogre will go for a Water Spout. We will be able to survive with both. Yep, Whimsicott is going to survive. Yeah, so this is a cool interaction for people that don't know how it works. So when Encore hits a move with different... So when you select a move and you get Encore to the previous move, Encore will use the priority of the original selected move. So even though they went for Trick Room, the move that they had selected was of standard priority, which is why their Trick Room went before my Tailwind. And I mean, not my Tailwind, my Draco Meteor. So I would like to... I just want to keep putting on pressure. I'm going to Flash Cannon into this Whimsicott and go for a Moonblast. I'm assuming you want to switch... I'm assuming you switch out with your Whimsicott. I'm basically just trying to get a free switch into... Wait, I have Ditto. Why didn't I just switch Ditto into Dialga to reset the drops? That's what I should have done. Yeah. So that would have actually been the play, but cool interaction to know about how Encore works. I also think Encore is a horrible, horrible move, as it looks like they're just going to try and set it up again. As we do get just a little bit more chip, I'm going to try and Flash Cannon onto this Whimsicott. Hopefully, I mean, we are we are at -4, so can't really complain. Origin Pulse is going to come out here. That should pick up the double. Dialga, okay, Dialga holds on, which is great for us. This forces us to bring out Thundurus now. As yeah, that I don't care about that because of the fact that we have access to Thundurus. So we can bring out Thundurus on this spot. And what we can do is we can swap into our Kyogre, or into Ditto for Dialga. Thundurus is slower than Wimmy, so we will be able to fire off an Eerie Impulse before they can go for anything. So we can Eerie Impulse into Kyogre, and then what we can potentially do the subsequent turn is if they don't have Taunt on Whimsicott, we can Scary Face our Kyogre to be slower than theirs to hit first. So that is something that we can potentially take advantage of. We will see the Protect come out. I think that makes sense. Probably going to see a Taunt come out from Whimsicott. That's what I would guess. As no, you're just going... Okay, so you're just going straight from Moonblast onto my Kyogre. Our Tailwind is going to peter out, so we are going to be back to a Speed tie. And they don't even have a good way to do damage. What can they have in the back? This is still really scary because we don't actually have a good way to deal with Rillaboom. I would like to... Oh, wait. Do we get to see Ditto stats or Kyogre? We don't get to see Kyogre stats. Because I was going to see, like, I would like to... I'm going to risk the Speed tie. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to Thunderbolt here. Just because Thundurus should pick up the knockout. That's fine with me. I want to get rid of Kyogre. I'm not trying to pull any shenanigans at this point. And wow, okay, so they are pretty fast on Kyogre, as we do pick up the knockout here, and then we should be able to pick up the knockout with Ditto onto this Whimsicott. It still is going to be very tricky, especially, like I said, if they do have Rillaboom, because of the fact that, we don't have a good way to damage it. We're about to lose Kyogre to... Actually, wait. We have... Okay, oh, it's Regieleki. It's Regieleki, it's fine. We can go for a Protect here and go for... Regieleki shouldn't do that much into Thundurus, right? How much? Thundurus has a ton of special defense, almost max HP. Okay, that's perfect, right? You are stalling out my taunted turns. We go for a Water Spout and still can't. We go for a Thunderbolt here because this is fine, right? Oh, Trick Room is still up. I forgot about that. I'm like worried. I'm worried about all these other things for absolutely no reason at all. I was like, oh god, like, how are we gonna deal with this Regieleki? So I think that was still another fairly quick one. We at least did something with Dialga. I think yeah, just because I'm recording 2 a day, I'm fine with this being just like a little bit shorter. Like sometimes you do have short matches, but I think this is a cool team. I think it's got a lot of fun options with it, and would highly recommend checking it out, as well as some of the other rentals. We will be playing a couple more games with it, showing off the rest of the team. Hopefully we can do some more stuff with Dialga as well as Quagsire, because they really haven't had the chance to shine. But yeah, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.